What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we're here to talk about the Crew 2 again, and we have some very good news, but at the same time we have some very bad news as well. So the Crew 2 dropped a bunch of information regarding the DLC structure for the next game, and they dropped some very good news, like all DLCs will be free. There's gonna be no paywall. If anyone here plays Rainbow Six Siege, it looks like the Crew 2 is going in a similar direction with that. However, we also now know that PvP is not going to be on the game at launch, and in fact it's actually not going to come until winter 2018, which could be a huge detriment to the game leading up to December. I am so disappointed that's not coming, but we're going to talk about my opinions and stuff after we've got past the factual stuff. So let's go ahead and talk about the DLCs and how it's going to work. So the game is going to get 3 major live updates, one in September, one in winter 2018, and then one in spring 2019. They've said that every 3 months the game will get updated, so I could assume that after spring it'll be 3 months after that, and then 3 months after that until the next game launches. So very similar to Rainbow Six Siege if any of you guys have played that. But the a great thing about this live business model is that all DLCs are free. They've already announced the first update is going to be called Gator Rush, and with Gator Rush comes the hovercraft and also comes a new rarity level. So essentially you're going to get legendary parts on top of what we already have now, which is going to add a few more levels to the cars so you can progress even further. This is not it though. As well as this, you're also going to get 2 vehicles each month, and this is going to be free to everyone. But if you have the season pass, you're going to get that vehicle in your collection 7 days early. So literally very similar to Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not sure how this is going to work in a racing game, because with Rainbow Six Siege, each operator changes how the game plays, as where cars don't necessarily change how the game's played. So I'm not really sure if this is really going to give worth to the season pass as much as it should, but that's how this is going to work. So you're going to get 2 free vehicles each month. I saw the FXXK in the trailer they released, and obviously we know that the 964 is a season pass exclusive, so there's going to be certain cars which are season pass exclusives. But personally, as much as I hate cars being behind paywalls, the fact that all DLC is free, if the 964 is behind a paywall and everything else is free, and that is the barrier to entry for people to have no paid DLC, that's not really a problem for me. These live updates are gonna be huge. Again, if it's anything like Rainbow Six Siege, which is the game they're kind of following, it's gonna be one of those things where every 3 months an update comes and completely changes the game. That's what it's like for Rainbow Six. There's things that change the meta in game, which change the pace of it completely. So it's really fast or really slow, and I personally really like how it works. I'm just interested to see how the car thing is going to work, because like I said, cars don't really change the meta of the game that much. But let's go ahead and talk about PvP, because that was announced to be coming in winter 2018, and this is something which could be a huge detriment to the game. So I made a video about this a few days ago before the beta was announced, because they kind of dodged this question in the live stream, and I had some really big fears for this. I had fears that the PvP wasn't going to be at launch. Even a bare bones PvP mode wasn't going to be in there at launch, and as it has been confirmed from the year one's content updates or DLC updates, it isn't coming. This game up until December, I feel, is going to suffer from the same problems we had with Need for Speed Payback. I said that in my video, like a week ago. I don't think it's going to end up like Payback, because as you can see, they're really putting effort into these live content updates. But with that being said, I think the fact that there's going to be nothing to do endgame wise once you finish the story is going to be a detriment to the Crew 2 leading up until obviously December comes around. For me, I just don't know what else there is to do once you finish the story mode and the main progression. Obviously, you've got your free roaming stuff, your photo ops and stuff, your kind of additional challenges is what I like to call them. But after you finish that, what are you going to do? Co-op PvE? Like, I personally can't see myself doing that. It doesn't make sense. And then leaderboards, you're gonna go on the leaderboards where people are wall grinding and using all type of manipulation tools to be higher on the leaderboard, so you can't really test your skill there either. I don't know how I feel about this. As cool as it is for free DLC, and I can't support that enough, I think the fact there's no paywalls to even any of the cars, like there's only a 7-day exclusivity for the season pass, which I will be buying because I support practices like this. I think that's amazing. I think Ubisoft are one of the best publishers in terms of DLC models. They're not rinsing and diming you like say EA is with their live service updates. You know, Need for Speed Payback offered paid DLC, microtransactions, and free DLC. How can you have paid and microtransactions like it doesn't work? So I can't support that enough. I think that's amazing. I love they're doing that. But the fact that a player versus player racing mode, that is what PvP means. It means player versus player. The fact that that is not going to be there at launch is beyond a detriment. I don't think people are going to realize how much of a problem this is until, like, let's say August time. The good thing about these updates is they are every 3 months. So, you know, once we finish the game, which is probably going to be like late July, you know, early August is probably when we're going to get through most of the content as a community as a whole. Obviously, people will finish it earlier. People will probably finish it in a few days. But the whole community will probably finish the actual bulk of the game in late July, early August. That leaves us so long until it's, we can assume that this update will come out in the end of the year, so December 2018. For that period of August to September where we're waiting for the Gator update, that's going to be huge. For that period where we've got the new rarity parts and all of our cars are legendary, and the December update, those 2 periods are going to be such dry periods for the game. I hope that the content that is in the game is enough to carry it through, and I hope there's Endgame for this game. But one thing is for certain, Ivory Tower seem very, and Ubisoft for that matter, because I feel like it's both of them implementing this. I feel like Ubisoft have tried to implement this model, and obviously Ivory Tower aren't going to say no because it's a very good model to follow. But I think it's very adamant that they are supporting this game very, very hard, and I would not be surprised if we saw more than just 2 big features added each 3 months. You know, obviously it says 2 in the kind of roadmap, but in the grand scheme of things, if they added more than that, I don't necessarily think I'd be surprised. I don't think this game is going to die, but it's definitely going to suffer from the lack of endgame, because I just don't really know what else there is to do, especially if there's not faction missions in the game like there was in the last one. I think that this is going to be a very, very big talking point in the community, and I'm really interested to hear what your guys' thoughts as well. I know a lot of people don't even mind the fact PvP isn't in there. I feel like a lot of people don't even know what PvP means. PvP literally is racing versus another racer. You know, stuff like, I just think it's going to be a huge thing. I think the fact no private lobbies, I don't know why that isn't a thing in modern day racing games, is going to be a huge thing as well. You know, even little things like I'd hope a race editor gets added in the future. There's a lot of things I'd hope to get added in the future, and I guess I can talk about separate videos about that. But yeah, what do you guys think about the fact there's no PvP at launch? I don't want to overshadow the fact that 2 free vehicles are coming every single month for free. That is really, really cool. I think that's a really nice testament. Obviously, Ubisoft have done this because they know the live service model works, and to me, this is the best kind of DLC structure a big AAA publisher has ever used. I think, like, other than, like, no, I think this is the best because you are getting it for free. It's better than anything EA's done, Activision's done, etc, etc. I think Ubisoft and the way they're doing this is phenomenal. I'm really interested to see what the 2 vehicles are as well. I did see the FXXK in the trailer, which is cool, and I think I saw a bike as well in the trailer. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the year 1 content, like, pass, I guess. Yeah, let me know what you think about the lack of PvP. Let me know what you think about the fact that all the DLC is free. I can imagine that is really gonna get people going. I can imagine the fact that it's 2 major, like, ups and downs. Huge up for me that all the DLC is free, huge, but a major down that lack of endgame is a slightly bit worrying. And I do like the fact that they have added the new rarity level. It's very similar to what Theo was saying in one of his videos. Might have inside information, I'm just saying. But it's very similar to what he was saying. He was saying that add a new rarity level, so those people that want to grind for the higher levels, they can. Personally, I think I would have preferred it if they just made you pay for parts. That makes a lot more sense to me. But I guess this is just an easy thing, because all you're doing really is reskinning parts and then working, like, on the actual stats behind the scenes. So it's not as much effort as it would be to, like, do the other way around. So legendary parts are coming in September 2018, or like 3 months time after launch, which is pretty cool. And then the hovercraft missions as well are coming. So yeah, I don't want to rant anymore. I've given my opinion. You guys know what I think. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. That's been it from me today. If you guys enjoyed, if you did, make sure to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have an awesome day, safe, and peace.